Okay. Here we go. Here I go. There is indeed a quite a difference in sound quality. If I'm close to the mic, it goes up. Quality goes up a lot. I noticed that, you know, because usually when I end the stream, I just hold the mic in my hand and start talking to it. And all of a sudden, well, I do have tendency to mumble, that's one thing. So maybe when I'm not, I don't have my attention somewhat divided by playing a game, then I do sound a little more clear because I'm focused on just talking. But I still think it's the proximity to the microphone that makes me sound way clearer. Because yeah, you watch my last stream, and then it's like, okay, I was mostly just unintelligible half the time during gameplay, but after I've stopped the game, well, not stopped the game actually, I went on to do inventory management, a lot of inventory management, and then when I started talking directly to the mic, and wow, I can actually understand what I'm saying. Anyway, dude, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed Valhalla today. But first, actually, I want to show off something on video, on record, because I can't be asked to make a separate video for it. I want to show it off on stream, sort of. I think shorter videos will get more views if I post it. It's much easier to catch eyeballs that way, but I don't feel like it. I want this to be a part of the stream that no one watches. So I haven't been streaming AC Shadows recently because, well, I haven't reached level 100 yet. Once I reach level 100, then, you know, there are a lot of stuff that I've been putting off from doing that I'll start doing. But right now I'm grinding to max out the level. I'm at level 91 already. Now, I'm not here for freaking well, what do you want to call it? The level grind, no. Oh shit. Frame rate thingy is a problem. Yeah, there's a difference between when I'm streaming and when I'm not streaming. I don't want to go lower than performance. So, shit. I'm using the right preset actually. Now, there's a preset D. It's one of the less taxing ones. Oh, there's another option, which is to change the frame generation style. Which, let's see, scalability, I will go for... Let me think. Trying to think. No, it's display. It goes down to display, and instead of XSS, I'm going to go for FSR. It's less sharp, but and it has a lot more graphical artifacts actually when I spin the camera. All of that's not the point actually. I just want to show off well, I invested some time in building up my base, or rather not building up, rearranging things. So I've left my home base mostly undisturbed throughout my entire playthrough, and I've been adding new buildings to it, but I haven't moved the buildings around or arranged them in a way. So my earlier base, I think this is easiest to see if I go to the overhead map. Yeah. So my earlier base, I had the Hiroma, Kakurega, and the Zashiki all connected in front as just one long rectangle building. Yeah. But now I've broken them apart. The reason initially I did this was because, okay, I want to go into the Kakurega so that I can access the refill supplies station. And it was a pain in the ass if all 3 buildings were connected, especially at night where it's really hard to see. And so I've actually switched the orientation of the building so that the moment, if I fast travel back to my home base, I'll end up here and then I just run up to this place, open 2 doors, 2 sliding screen doors, and then I can refill my supplies. It's mostly for that. And then it all ended up turning into an entire freaking project for me, where I just redid my entire base. And it's not quite done yet. I had to move some buildings around, so this space used to have a bunch of trees, and then now it's kind of bald, which is a shame. But yeah, I don't know if this is a Japanese style design, but it's something of a Chinese style design. On cue, it's raining, which is nice because it shows off my. They have a name for it. It's Engawa, right? These corridors are called Engawa, connecting 2 buildings together. And it allows me to show how I can mostly avoid the rain. Mostly. Well, they haven't quite figured out the tech to connect 2 roofs together, but whatever. And she refuses to use the Engawa because she wants to walk around. She prefers to use the bridge. The bridge that's purely for the purpose of aesthetics. Okay, so now I've even when I started building this was back in winter, and yeah, I've wasted so much time, so many days and night cycles building it. So I've tested a lot of lighting conditions as well because it started in winter. Right now it's spring, so that's how much time I've wasted in building this place up. I placed these sakura trees in winter. They're all bald and a little ugly, arguably. In winter, it depends on your point of view. Although the whole point of sakura trees is about ephemerality of life, right? Life is short. You blossom, you bloom, and for a short period of time, and then you die. That's a cycle of life thing going on there. No one wants to walk on the. They hate Yengawa because it's too circuitous, I guess. But yeah, I have something that feels like a little shrine dedicated to Cassandra. Now it's springtime, so cherry blossom trees in full bloom. Just real beautiful. I have a big tree, a smaller tree, and a super big tree. Since I'm wearing something that's somewhat... I have a helmet, right? And cape. A half cape. And, well, the straw thingy is not just armor, I think it also repels water, but yeah. There's this bridge that serves no purpose other than to look nice. And I have... There's a bridge. And it looks picturesque from this angle. Now, it used to be that I completed the entire rectangle, but then it felt wrong because there's like set of stairs here that's like 2 squares wide, and there's like a set of stairs here that's 1 square wide. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. So I just decided not to complete this full circle. But yeah, so this is something of a Chinese courtyard design, something like that. So I'm not sure if it's Japanese, that's why I mentioned this early on. But yeah, Chinese houses, they tend to have this. They have 4 buildings. But I'm talking about houses though, so this technically might not be quite the same, but well, actually imperial palaces are designed similarly as well. So this is not a full Chinese design, because full Chinese design, you know what will happen. So there's this internal courtyard, which is very Chinese, but then the more important thing though is that the buildings themselves. The main entrance, they shouldn't be facing outside. The main entrance of the buildings should be facing this inner courtyard, actually. Yeah, so okay, this building, yes, and these 2 buildings, yes, they face the inner courtyard, but this sake house, I forgot what it's called, but it's supposed, you know, the main entrance is over there, when it's supposed to be facing inside. So yeah, not a total true Chinese design. Plus Chinese we built a bunch of walls as well, and I don't have walls. I have a much more open courtyard design, so it's more like Chinese influence, with obviously a strong touch of Japanese, because this is set in Japan, right? Yeah, so the actual main entrance is like this. You go in, you get to see, whoo, step in for some drinks. Yeah. Nighttime, usually there's someone there's some people who will be drinking and playing the UR, which is really cool. And rain is a shame, but not entirely a shame, right? It shows off why I have this whole Engawa thing built. So yeah, I deliberately chose not to connect anything. I could connect it, but the problem with the game's 2 set is there's no connecting corridor that's like 2 spaces wide. It's just 1 space wide, so it makes no sense to connect. It's not it makes no sense, but rather it's just aesthetically ugly, extremely ugly, sadly. So yeah, that's how I ended up with what I have, this design. The 3 buildings, I think it's like an armor display. So there is some logic to this, you know. I've also rearranged the blacksmith's house. So this is his own backyard, right? He gets to relax and all that. He works in front. The forge is in front. And so the forge is in front here. And then he gets to relax at the back with his own Zen garden, I guess. There's a stone path that you can walk. And past it, well, guess what? It's the dojo where you get to train. Right? You get to train, you get strong. And then out here, you know, you chop firewood, you build up strength, you have a well as well to draw, not only to draw water, but for training, right? In martial arts, we get these Chinese ones, it's like, you know, you have to do a lot of hard labor to build up the necessary muscle strength. And well, right next to the dojo, since this is where armed people train, right? Train for war, train for fighting. So this is where I also dump all the armaments and ammo. It all goes here. So take note, right? So this is the dojo. This is the blacksmith. So it makes sense that close to this place is where I showcase all the stuff that I've acquired. You know, I've updated this place a bit. You know, since I got a bunch of golden weapons that I never use, they're now on display here. And these are the more down-to-earth weapons that I have an interest in because they all have a red accent. Especially this one, it's kind of like this one has a touch of this Chinese influence to it. Small touch of Chinese influence, especially with the rape strings. This is extremely Japanese. So this one, no dispute, is extremely Japanese, but this one with a little tassel that apparently changes if I zoom in. Yeah, if I zoom out, the tassel has some caps at the end, but if I zoom in, caps are gone. I don't know why that happens. changing the focal line doesn't help. Some kind of rendering bug, I think. LOD bug, level of detail bug, so a shame. So we've got that, and then of course 2 sets of golden armor, 2 sets of golden Yasuke armor, flanking the ultimate Naoe armor, all gold. So it's red and gold, strong theme here in this little room. And then let's move on. So they're all connected. Yeah, so have you seen those movies, those Matrix movies maybe, where it's like endless open doors, and then you rush, and then you open another door, it's just another corridor, it's just endless. This feels like it. I've recreated that unintentionally by connecting all 3 rooms together. But this one I believe is, yeah, I can open the map and investigate stuff. Yeah, there it is. It's nothing special. They do have actually kanji on it. They have Yamato Koku. And then Iga Koku. So they have kanji of all, they have kanji names of all the provinces. Yep, so that's what happens when you open the map from the table. And right, so open. Yep. And then it goes to this one. This one is, I believe, a place for my my spies, my scouts to rest. So they're sleeping mats. And if they need, there's a changing room. And unfortunately, I think the orientation is correct. Right. Okay, so this one, it all ends in a wall instead of just opening all the way outside. But I can reorient it, but so that it still won't open to the outside, but it'll open to the armor room. I don't think that feels right. I mean, this one also ends in a solid wall, right? And then, yep, it's just like a solid double wall here. So I think that's correct. The orientation is correct. And of course, there's the shrine. These 2 shrines, one Buddhist, one Shinto. And yeah, this is where you purify yourself before entering. And take this little ladle here, wash yourself, clean yourself before you enter holy ground. Through the spiritual barrier, the Torii gates. Yeah, of course, these bamboo, they are grown so that they can serve as fences, sort of block the view, sort of separate the space, serve as further separation, right, between the unclean, or rather the material world, into a more spiritually charged place. And then, of course, it's like, okay, come in here. You get to see a Buddha statue, perform your rites. And it's all on this solid rake gravel ground. Now, this is what they call a stone bridge, but feels more like a stone bench to me. And you can sit and contemplate the meaning of life if you want to. Some bushes for extra greenery, and then you come over here, it's a Shinto shrine. And then naturally, you worship the spirits. You offer some dried fish that's probably rotten by now since it's been left there for ages. And then of course, there's another. This is another separation, right? So because rooms over there, it's for doing business. So there's another 2 sets of. Well, there's another pair of bamboo fences, Torii gate, and just nice long corridor here. I was thinking of maybe separating. I haven't this is about maybe 60-70% done, but I need more work, right? This is all untreated ground. I can change the ground to say stuff like moss type, or raked gravel or unraked gravel. Still not fully done, but yeah, I can keep tweaking it, and still need to acquire more materials at some more decorative items because I haven't filled out everything. I haven't acquired everything. But check. I just noticed details. Oh, okay. Hideout level. Okay. Anyway, if I look at build, and look at the items available. A large amount are still locked out for me, so I think I have most of the small stuff. But yeah, you see, I don't have wooden gate. I might not want that, but okay. Yeah, food stall, textile dye station. These would be nice. These would be nice to have, you know. And what about a super mega bridge? A thin one instead of a wide one. Right? It's another thing to consider. There's a natural Shinto shrine. I'm thinking of using some of these in another location, basically. So yeah, so a lot of stuff unlocked. Not unlocked. So a lot of this stuff is just not available. I've maxed out on the number of animals I can place, sadly. I have a dedicated zoo. A real life menagerie. The build. The kanji / no, it's not just kanji, there's Japanese as well. Yeah, so it reads Kakure ga. Oh, okay. So maybe, no, this is not the first time I noticed it, but it never stuck with me, I guess. But I'm noticing it again. So Kakure ga just means hidden family. Ga just means family. And kakure is the hide. Yin. Jia. You know, I'm skipping over the hiragana. The re. The hiragana for re. So it's kaku, and then re, and then ga. Anyway, yeah, so there's one space that I haven't built out yet because it's, well, it's a little out of place. It's all the way over here. I discovered that I can actually build. Because, well, let's try placing something. And then that place will highlight the boundary. Yeah, so this part of the map is actually buildable. The only problem I see is there's no option for me to place any sort of bridge. I don't think so. I have already unlocked one bridge, right? This fancy bridge, but it's purely for decoration. It's a set piece. It's not on the tree. Set pieces, yeah. Yeah, there's no way to actually link these places up. No. But you can place it on land. So I discovered this and I discovered this plot of land was completely undeveloped and I placed a little bell tower. But yeah, a lot of the nice set pieces, I can place it here so that there's something of a extra special secluded retreat if I want to. If I want to go there. By the way, there's a tea room, it's over here. It's yeah, it's also something of a hideaway. Yeah, so this is the blacksmith's little place, right? You can have tea, contemplate on the meaning of life, while watching this nice little rock arrangement. And if he gets tired, he can go inside to rest. This, I think, is his, yeah, living quarters. Half filleted fish. And this is where he cooks. Which, oh, it makes sense, right? It's where his furnace is. And he works here. And then, yeah, so this is another set piece. There's a deer statue and a rock pond with some Japanese cement holding the rocks together so it doesn't leak water, I assume. Anyway, you're not supposed to run through the garden because the whole point of this piece. Oh yeah. Anyway, this shrine. I don't know why, but I can't pray, unlike the other Shinto shrines. But yeah, this is meant to serve as a barrier. It catches your attention. Yes, it frames the building in the background, tea room in the background. But the function is not to frame it. It's actually more like to block people from seeing the tea room too much. Because the tea room is meant to be a little out of the way. You know, I even added extra set piece here to sort of show that. To sort of hide the place, hide the tea room, because the tea room's actual entrance is off to the side here. So this is all walled off. There's a window, but this window is papered up, and this is not me, but the game. The game, tea room. The tea room naturally has a giant piece of rock right outside the window. So that tells you how much the intention is there to wall people off from being able to observe the proceedings inside the tea room. The tea room has another place for water. Go in the tea room. Someone's of course having tea, having fun, and I can look at all my tea collections. I think I can change the collections that I put on display. I think I choose to put this collection on display. But yeah, it's a nice little tea room. And yeah, you enter, and then you can exit a bit and wander off into the into this little hidden spot, which I did not build. I don't know why it's here, but I cannot build on this land anyway. But yeah, and you get hyped up on caffeine. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have a cup of tea. I have a cup of tea that I brewed earlier, and now it's cooled down, so I can drink it. Anyway, yeah, it's not. I chose not to have this. It makes more sense to have this the ground here. You know, you hype on caffeine, and then maybe you want to do a little private sword duel after this, or maybe not a sword duel, just chat with someone. You know, after a particularly good cup of tea. And yeah, this tiny little bush, yes, I place it there. Stone lantern, yes, I place it there. As night falls, it's perfect time to show off how everything's lit up. So for this, I chose to make the lanterns face each other, and then over on the other end, it's kind of hard to see far away, but the lanterns are pointed out instead of facing each other. Put these little braziers so that there's some parts of buildings that are extremely dim, which is why I placed some fires here. Some of them are not symmetrical, so it's kind of hard for me to place two objects side by side. Even by rotating the objects, it's kind of hard to get them to line up. Like say this stone lantern here, and they don't line up. Best I can do is to do so. This is sort of well, and it's not just them not lining up, but yeah, they are open on three sides only as well. That's another problem there. So the best I can do to put them somewhat close to each other is like this. And then, well, I have some bamboo here as well. So this place does look nice at night as well. It's not, yeah. So I think this was a good move, just cutting off the whole bridge thing, the whole Engawa thing, the corridors thing. It works well over here. And if you construct it, but then you open up, there's this open path as well to give you a different feel. This place with feels a little heavy, a little oppressive, but it's intentional. I placed 2 sakura trees here, so it's meant to be extremely shaded and covered. It's intentional. And then, yeah, Cassandra flanked by 2 stone tigers. This place is a little dark, but I think it's fine. I don't mind this part being dark. And of course, there's well, maybe I'll add a lamp. I'll add some brazier fire here. Like I say, there's still some tweaks here and there, that I can't help but make. Shit. I want... And this one's the most neutral. Also, yes, I got an ice statue thingy from the Attack of Titan 3 DLC thingy. Well, there's no accounting for taste, so I'm quite sure someone somewhere would decide to place it in their kakurega. Not me though, not me. It's so dark here. And problem is that I can't place anything inside these boundaries. So it would make sense for me to light up this area, but I can't. This is as good as it gets, I think. And then there's a lot of natural light, moonlight and all that from this part of the map, so it's not necessary over here. Let's hope they don't teleport me because I placed an object too close to Yasuke. No, okay, good. Yeah, so there's a little more light here now. My concern with placing too many lights is that it takes away from the focus of this shrine to Sandra, right? That's flanked by 2 stone lanterns. It's supposed to focus on it. And of course, there's this golden rabbit. This is one of those. The stone lantern is not symmetrical. It occupies one corner. So annoying thing is I have to place the stone lantern closer to one object or another. And since this is all gold and shiny, I decided to place stone lantern closer to the stone board, which needs more illumination. Right, yeah, this opens up. Yeah, so if you're here, you know, you're having a good time, you drank, or you know, oh, no one's here tonight. No one's playing BUR. So what people do at night, it's somewhat random, I think. Alright, she's just gonna walk. He closes the door and then I open it up. Whoa, what is with the tendency of the NPCs to keep falling off on? It's falling into the floor. Why? Why? Okay, sorry. Anyway, yeah. Yasuke is just like, what the fuck? You know what? I want Yasuke in frame. Like Yasuke is just, it's about to walk into some bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna take two photos because I don't know if this bug will sort of last. Okay, Yasuke is gonna act shocked. Oh no, he's turning around. No. Keep running. Don't pay attention to Yasuke. Because I want Yasuke to act super shocked. Oh, it's kind of hard to see though. Facial expression Yasuke. Afraid. Disgust, happy, offensive, surprise. No, it's hard to see though. That's the problem. What's with the... Alright, camera got stuck. And it's hard to see. Yep, Can't help you, man. It must be some kind of Naruto like ninja technique where you know, someone sinks into the earth. This gaijin knows ninjutsu. Anyway, yeah, so this is a drinking place. You drink, you get drunk. There are side entrances as well, you know, which you can get to by the Engawa, although of course it's oh, this place also has those tanukis with giant balls. Yep, that's the that's the father with a giant ball. That's the mother with tits, and of course a little baby suckling on her tit. And they face this place because it's, you know, they're facing towards the front of another building. Their back is faced towards the back of another building, this drinking establishment. And yeah, the Engawa, it leads to a little side entrance here, just a tiny ass side entrance. So you can slip out quietly if you wish to. Still stuck. Still stuck. This is what happens when you get drunk. Kids, don't ever drink alcohol. This is my zoo. And so if you get drunk, right? You get drunk. Maybe you bring some wine over here. Eat some watermelons. Chill out under this European parasol. There isn't. They don't have a place. They don't have an object, I think, for something like a bed sheet or something like that. They do have a tent or something, but I don't like it. But yeah, if you're drunk enough, maybe you can find Buddha. You know, meditating under. Well, this is not a Bodhi tree, but close enough. And if you need companionship, you can pet animals. This cute little Shiba Inu. Oh, who's a good little boy? Who's a good boy? Good boy. And this is how you find enlightenment, right? You get drunk. And then find enlightenment under a tree with Buddha and some animals. Yeah, a real shame, as I mentioned, is not having a place with some kind of furniture that allows you to lounge around. That's real shame right there. And these are animals? No, too small to see. I think I deliberately placed them away because I was categorizing the animals. I'm gonna stick it that way. The game's gonna teleport me because I move objects too close to Yasuke. Yeah, it's entirely possible for me to build just random rooms, medium room, large rooms. I can purchase these plans from merchants, but I don't have a strong urge to build one until I develop the southern part and this unoccupied land. Maybe I'll build something there. But right now, I don't have any intention of building nondescript rooms. Now, back to building. Yeah, I've gone through the list of items I can get. So those are rooms, of course. It's not going to be some kind of tents or sleeping mats. But over here, let's see. Altars and statues. Lanterns. So there are miscellaneous objects, including target practice. But there's a hay supply, there's even a cloth canopy that's meant to shield you against the sun, but then I already have a European parasol. And some banners, but not a single place for me to just lie down and lounge around. I mean, I can get a mat if I build something like, say, a food stall, or some of these other places, they do have mats and so on, but they don't feel right. I want the option to just be able to place a mat. And I can place rocks as well. You know, nice, sure. You know, including the rock bridge. But not a mat, not a substitute for mats. And of course trees, but again, not a substitute for mats. There's just no chance for me to do some kind of outdoor camping space. Lots of animals, which are very cute. But item limit rich. They're called items. They're just objects. They're not live. They're items. I think this is the place where you're supposed to... This is a bridge where you're supposed to... cross the small stream so that you can reach this part of the map. And of course there's my alarm bell in case someone decides to attack this little hidden slice of paradise. This waterfall that's not built by me, it's all natural. Then, well, there's a camping spot that's also not built by me. You know, well, there's a stone bridge, there's a stone lantern here. You can contemplate the meaning of life in front of beautiful waterfalls. Now, this is a campfire that was not built by me. Did I? Wait. Did I build this? I don't think so. Yeah, no. It's not me who built it. Yep. I can't select it, means that I didn't build it. Yeah, if I can select something, it's built by me. So, not the first guy to get the idea of placing a Buddha statue underneath a tree. Yep. But this is where sometimes when companions would gather and drink sake. It is a nice place to drink sake, isn't it? And well, it makes sense as well. Okay, in story, it makes sense story-wise, but since I built this drinking house right next to the waterfall, it also makes sense that people will have a ready supply of sake if they want to get drunk right next to the campfire and next to a Buddha statue and beautiful waterfalls. And that's it, yeah. So I spent, holy fuck, I spent 40 minutes yapping about my fucking hideout that, yeah, no one except me gives a shit about, because these places are deeply personal, right? Everyone builds their home base according to, you know, what they wish to see, what they wish to reflect. There's this Assassin's Creed flag that's planted. Now they've completed the main campaign, because I cannot modify this part of the map, so I know this flag was not planted by me, but by the game. I conveniently have also... Well, not conveniently, what I meant was to maintain thematic coherence. I have actually planted a Assassin's flag as well right next to the Kakurega. And the very Kakurega, which if I were to open the doors, let's open both doors. Yeah, I can take on contracts for the region, and of course e-field supplies. I can access storage. Very handy, because if I fast travel, it always brings me back to this horse stable here. Oh, no. Just want to drop down. So yeah, it's very quick. Just one quick trip and I get into the Kakurega, but the problem is this one, it's like somehow Yasuke is too big to fit through that little gap there. Yeah, there's the Kakurega. And then it also sort of makes sense, right? That's a Kakurega. You get armed there at the blacksmith, and then it's either the blacksmith or it's the display room right there that contains a lot of your arms and armor, right? Your best pieces of gear are over there, and there's that military stockpile over there. That's where they train military stuff. It's trained over there. Tea room is the only non how should I put it, military, non-aggressive building here. It's non-leisurely room. Yeah, everything is just geared for war and on this part of the map. I received a mission. I arm up. There's a horse right there that I can pick up, bring to on my mission. Perfect. You know, the layout makes sense, and it's all, well, to my eyes, it's aesthetically pleasing. The horses get to eat hay over here. I fast travel always end up here. And of course, there's stuff that I can collect, but I'm choosing not to collect because I'm gonna wait until it's full. Until it's full and overflowing. Because there's a higher chance of me to be at a higher level and gain some mythic equipment. So yeah, that is a tour of my little base. I love it very much. This is not the final look of the base, and also obviously not the final look of Yasuke as well. He hasn't hit level 100, so since I haven't maxed out the level, I haven't decided how I should play around with his looks. But yeah, and me fucking around means that it's almost a new season, right? Yep, it's gonna be a new season. It's fine, it's not a big deal. Like I say, it's endgame now, so since it's endgame, it doesn't quite make sense for me to worry about seasons changing and time passing. It's sort of like endless mode. The story doesn't matter that much. You know, in real life, it's only some weeks that have passed before the entire main campaign of this game. Yeah, so, okay, let me rephrase everything. The entire main campaign of this game should only take few weeks to conclude if it follows real life history, which means you won't observe any seasonal changes. However, in this game, time progresses so rapidly that several years have passed. Partly due to me, partly due to me just fucking around too much. But I think it's almost unavoidable that at least 1 year has passed, because there's no way that you can speedrun the game that fast. Okay, maybe some people can, but yeah, there's no way that you can speedrun the entire game without changing the season. Heck, they even forcefully introduced a seasonal change mechanic on you. So yeah, basically, season changing, if you're doing the main campaign, it feels wrong, it feels bad, because all the events take place within a very short time. But post-campaign, who cares? You know, let the seasons come and go. Let's enjoy spring and summer, fall and winter. It's all good. But yeah, I think I've saved the game. Oh shit. 50 minutes I've spent yapping about my goddamn fucking dumbass base. You know what? I'm actually gonna stop stream because it's almost an hour. It's a really long video. I'm gonna put it up separately. Like, as I'm gonna put it up as a guy yapping over his base in AC Shadows that is perhaps a little too proud of. Not perhaps, it's definitely too proud of. I'm thinking that I'm gonna, because I want to separate video, right? I'm gonna chop up stream here, and then I'm actually gonna play AC Valhalla, maybe a little bit. I don't know how much I want to play it because there's always the fear of game crashing. But yeah, I'm gonna chop out stream. In fact, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even play a game right now. I got actually far more enjoyable talking about AC Shadows just now. Yeah, think about playing AC Borderlands. Some doubt has just crept into my mind. Oh wait, I'm gonna end the stream. Let's see if I come back or not. Let's see.